Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and this is the weekend of October 18th, 2025, and we're checking in with the collective energy, and then we're going to check in by pulling 3 separate cards so that you can pick a card and determine where your specific energy is at. Remember, it's a general reading, so we're only going to get so far with it. Take what resonates and let go of the rest. If you require a personal reading, you can reach out to me and do so, whether it's on a Zoom or a live call. I could do it pre-recorded, or of course you can come to me in person if you are in my area. We're almost in November, so we are going to be booking the soul forecast with numerology for 2026. And I know a lot of you were blown away by what came up through last year's. So if you want to do your 2026, please reach out ASAP and get on the calendar, because the dates go quickly, especially when the holidays come in. It's about an hour to an hour and a half. And I know a lot of you like to also incorporate in a Reiki session while you're here. So please just make sure, if you are interested in doing any or all of that, get on the calendar as soon as possible. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to begin by picking one card for the collective. I am using a tarot deck. My tarot decks are very high vibrational. They are of the light, so there's nothing to be scared of. I don't know if you guys saw that on the camera, but this one came flying out. Okay. And the card that comes out is the Ten of Swords. Here's the card. The Ten of Swords is basically a lot of burdens coming at you. Hitting rock bottom, having pain, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, lost in your life, feeling abandoned, being backstabbed, a martyr, collapse, failure, okay? So I want you to just take a minute to think about where that resonates in your life. It may not be something that's happening to you now. It may have happened a long time ago, and you have been slowly working through it to get yourself back on your feet, or to get yourself back in balance. It may be something where physically it didn't affect you as much as it did emotionally or mentally or spiritually. So wherever that resonates for you, I just want you to take that in and observe it. Do not judge it. Do not start doing any self-negative talk at the moment. Speaking of negative talk, I had this book. I bought it a very long time ago, and I started doing it again a few days ago. And this book is called Mirror, Mirror. And this book helps you to really tune in with yourself, with your heart, with your soul. Remember that the soul is huge, this huge energy that is squeezed into the physical body to be here on earth as a human. But the soul, if the soul came out of the body, it would expand exorbitantly. When we get into the body and when we come onto earth as a human, we come on to learn many lessons, and we do sign up to do that before we come here through the Hall of Records, with the Archangel Metatron, with God, and there are several other Ascended Masters. But when we are here on earth, oftentimes we come in as a perfect being, as a baby, as perfect, pure love. But as we go through our years, through society, through being around other people that have limiting beliefs, and then if I take my own life, then the television comes into play, then the social media comes into play, and it just gets louder and louder and louder, and we get further away from the self, the soul, the higher self, the higher heart, the heart. This book is a great way for you to reconnect with yourself. And it's called Mirror, Mirror because you're doing this work in the mirror. When I say work, I mean inner work. And you're looking in the mirror and you're doing this work. And it's not just about the way that you view yourself, but it could even be negative self-talk that comes into your energy field. And when you talk about it, even if it's about another person, situation, anything, the world, it affects your vibration. It lowers your vibration. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up with this card, the Ten of Swords, is because a lot of people are struggling right now. In whatever way they're struggling, there are so many different ways to be struggling. Whether it's something going on in your own personal life, whether it's something you're being affected at in work, something about a relationship, something about a job that you're in or a career that you're working on. It could be a million things, or what's going on in the world could be affecting you. And that's the Ten of Swords. All these swords, all these burdens are coming at you, and you're carrying them and carrying them and carrying them. We are not meant to be carrying all of the burdens for everybody else. And if you really sat down, or if you really bought this book and started really working through it day by day, and some days are heavier than others. So sometimes if a day is heavy, I will take a break and then I'll go back to it 2 days later, not every single day. When you start to really dig deep and work through all of the things that you've been carrying that are not even yours, or that were like 25 years ago, that the past needs to be in the past, you need to be present, is when you are really going to start to feel that you are lightening your load. We are living in a culture collective right now where this is happening around us. And the best thing that you can do personally is to focus on the positive as best as you can. To change the way you speak to yourself. To notice when you judge, or when you feel it so empathically in your body that you can't even carry it. That's when you need to take a rest and detach and cut it away, because it's too heavy for you, and it's too much, and you don't deserve that. So let's pull 3 cards now. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I want you to decide which card is going to be your card. And this is your message from your spirit guides and your guardian angels today. Okay? Take an inhale and an exhale. Card number 1. Trust your intuition. You are being guided, card number 1, people, to do something different, or to take a class, or to go, I'm hearing, on an adventure. Everybody's different. Everybody is going to resonate with differently. But when your gut, your intuition is telling you yes, or is telling you no, or is telling you to go in a certain direction, do it. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I started reading this book about a spiritual leader that I have one of her card decks. And she, many, many years ago, when she just went through a divorce, she did the spiritual pilgrimage of the Camino de Santiago. And it's a walking pilgrimage. You can look it up. That goes through Spain. You can start out in France. You can start out in Portugal. Somebody started out in Switzerland, which was like months. It's intense. So anyway, I'm reading this book about her journey. And on nighttime, before I go to bed, I read a very easy fictional book. Very easy, like fun, easy book. And I read it last night, 2 nights ago, and one of the pages in the book talks about the Camino de Santiago. I mean, there is no such thing as coincidences. So, of course, the next morning I wake up and I think to myself, do I need to be doing this pilgrimage? Because I don't want to. It's very intense. And I go to my trusty little pendulum. You guys know me. You know that I use this thing. And I asked it, is that what you want me to do? And the answer was no. And that was what my gut was telling me. But I thought, okay, so why does this keep coming towards me? And what I'm starting to realize is when you go on this Camino de Santiago, it can be a very spiritual thing, especially if you're doing it alone. and you get into your thoughts and you notice where you trip up or where the fear rises up so deeply, and you have all these scaries around you. And I realized that I've been kind of doing my own walk since September 23rd of 2025. And I may not be doing the walk specifically, but all that comes with the walk spiritually is what I've been doing. And I need to go deeper. So my intuition initially told me no, but I still questioned it. And of course I get the same answer. I'm not to do that right now. Maybe down the road one day, yes, but not right now. So when your intuition is strong and it tells you something, listen to it because it's accurate. When you feel a little wishy-washy or not sure of the answer, then it means that you need to take more time, and your intuition will give you an answer when you are ready to receive it. Okay, card number 2, people. The card's already sticking up, so make each day count. And that's one of the things about this journey that this woman is taking, is that each day, and basically my journey that I'm taking right here in my own personal stuff, is making each day count. And not being so regimented in a structure of everything that has to happen in a day, but being more in flow in the energy and where the energy is taking me. And when you're on that spiritual walk every single day, you can't plan because you never know what's going to happen. The same thing is with regards to anyone who chose card number 2. Maybe you are someone that is too regimented in a structure, and you need to get more into a balanced flow of waking up in the morning. You know, there are certain things that you might want to do. You might want to pray as soon as you get up. You might want to read an excerpt of something as soon as you get up, or a little while after you get up. You might want to quietly sit with your coffee or your tea. Of course, still do those things if they help to ground you and to connect you. But make sure that you are finding something in each day to make the day count. Something that you could be grateful for. And if that means, last week I did this, I didn't reprimand myself for doing this, and I realized that I have in the past. I did nothing. I wanted to read different books all day, and I did, and I didn't feel guilty. And that was the first time in a long time that I can remember that I've ever allowed myself to do that. And even though I was in the house and I was doing that and I wasn't doing things, it served me so well and it made my day count. So find things in your day that you can do that will make your day count. And remember, do not judge yourself. Do not do that. Just observe as best as you can. We need to get far away from being that way towards ourselves, because I think all of us do it and it's not good for our energy. Okay. And the third, people, 3. As I just looked, it was 1313. So 3, card number 3. Simply be yourself. Where are you still putting on masks? Or if you don't really understand what that means, where are you still shifting yourself to be something that you're not to please somebody else? Where do you still hold back from speaking because you're afraid of the repercussions of what somebody else might think? And I'm not talking abusive, God forbid. I'm talking generally speaking. Where do you hold back simply because you don't want to hear anybody or you don't want confrontation? I want you to really think about where you are not being yourself. But of course, do you know yourself? Because that's where this book will really come in. Do you truly, truly know yourself? Because if you have been so busy trying to please others by being someone else, you may not really be so tuned into who in the soul you really are. Okay, let's get a final message for today. I know this was a little tough love, but I guess we need it as the collective. is going through the stuff that we are going through. Remember that we are in a 9-year and we're almost out of it. Next year is going to be a 1 year. So it's like endings, and next year starts new beginnings, okay? Here's our final card. Positive. Enjoy this positive time and smile and know that everything is going to be well. Wherever you can focus on the positive, do it, because it's going to help you. And as I always say, whatever you do to help yourself is going to help and raise the vibration of the entire collective in this world right now. And we need it. All right, guys. Have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon. Take care. And remember to reach out if you want to do the forecast for next year. And of course, if you want a session as well. All right, take care. Bye.